Good morning and welcome to our session. Today we will be discussing our third chapter, namely Animal Kingdom. Okay? The most probable questions that can be asked from this chapter, we are now going to discuss. The first question on your screen. Okay. Match the following. In all biology questions, this type of question is very, very important. Okay, because so many concepts are put together, not one concept. So many concepts can be put together so that it may try to confuse you. So you should be very vigilant against this type of questions. Okay, for example, canal system. We know that canal system is characteristic of sponges. So here you are having the organism, and what is the character feature of that? You are having alternation of generation, metagenesis, cylindrite, gastrovascular cavity. Again, it can be for cylindrites, open circulatory system. It can be for annelida, arthropoda, mollusca, etc. Osculum, correct. So it should be canal system. Osculum. And which animal? Culex, mosquito, cyclone, correct, it's a sponge. So one should be 1D2. 1D2. We eliminated all others. Okay. Now, hemolymph. What is hemolymph? Hem means blood. Colorless lymph. So having no pigment, that is seen in hemolymph. Characteristic of open circulatory system seen in culex. In insects, cockroach, we have studied it. Okay, so it should be 2C1. 2C1. Now, the competition is between A and C. Now, hypostome. What is hypostome? Hypostome is a conical structure at the tip of which is having the mouth in cylindrites. So, it is connected with the gastrovascular cavity in hydra. It is quite possible. So, it can be 3B3. So, 3B3 both are having. Now, the difference will be for metagenesis, alternation of generation. It is seen in a colony, like Obelia colony. That's why we have not taken hydra here, because Obelia is a colonial, polymorphic. It is dimorphic colony having polyp and medusa stages. So that is the correct one. So metagenesis for A5. For A5. Sorry. 3 hypostome is not D. Hypostome, gastrovascular, it is B, not. Okay. And completes, very simple. Completes are present only in Ctenophora, 8 external rows of cilia. That is the comb plate, ctenium, and where you are having them, it is in ctenoplana. So, for AD, metagenesis, alternation of generation seen in 5. C for A5. Both are having 4A, this 4, 5. So, answer goes to apple. So, this will be taking a bit longer time because so many concepts are all put together just to confuse you. So, you should be very careful in answering such questions. Clear? Read the following statements and choose the correct option. The pelvic fin of female shark. Now, it is the male shark which are having, see, This is the body of a male shark. Attached with the pelvic fin, there's a pair of finger-like structures called claspers. These claspers are helping in transferring the sperm during copulation. Fertilization is internal there. So it is wrong. In Obelia, polyp-produced medusa is sexually, see, polyp is always reproducing here, asexually. And medusa produces polyps sexually. So that is also wrong. This is called alternation of generation. Polyp and medusa stages, that is asexually and sexually reproducing generations come alternatingly. That is alternation of generation here. Flame cells in platyhelminths, correct. Help in excretion and osmoregulation. Okay. In non-chordates, central nervous system is ventral, correct. Solid, again correct. And double, ventral nerve cord is double ganglionated also, correct. Pinnae are present in mammal. This is characteristic of mammals. But in some aquatic mammals, it is absent. We cannot say that it is present in all mammals. In most of the mammals, the external ear is having the pinna. So, 3, 4 and 5 alone are correct. So, option is cat. Again, match the following. Remember, always the match the following questions should be answered very carefully. Water vascular system, where it is present, water vascular system present in echinodermata. So, one should be yes. Now you are all lucky. Why? Because there is only one option where one is yes. So, even without going to the other, you can answer it. Thus, you can save time when you are short of time. Okay, now we will go. Radula. Radula is a rasping organ. What is rasping organ? A rasping organ is a file-like structure which is having rows of teeth. Just like a file, it is used for rasping, filing the food material. That is why it is called a rasping. It is characteristic of gastropoda. Rasping. It is present in mollusk, gastropod. Nephridia, the excretory organ. Where is that excretory organ? Nephridia, annelids are having. So, it is annelids which are having the nephridia. Malpighian tubules are the excretory organs in arthropoda, insects. We are having malpighian tubules in cockroach. And proboscis gland is the excretory organ in Hemichordates. Why it is called proboscis gland? Because this open to the proboscis. The body is having proboscis, a collar and a trunk. It open to the proboscis. That is why this excretory structure is called proboscis gland. Clear? So, the answer is 1S, 2R, 3P, 4Q and 5T. So, option is box. Again, match the following. See, match the following questions are, as I told you, to be answered very, very, very clearly and very, sometimes it may be helping you in saving time, but sometimes it may be also consuming a lot of time also. Okay, so Asterias, it's a very simple one, starfish. Asterias is starfish, so it is P. Echinus, sea urchin, it is also same, PQ. Andodon, sea lily, so all are Ophiura. What is Ophiura? Ophiroids. It is British star. Ophio means snake. Just like snakes, they are all having a wavy movement. So, Cucumaria, sea cucumber. So, that is, all of them are correct. So, PQRST, this is the option. Okay. See, all of them are correct. That makes you puzzled. That makes you confused. How can a question which are all correct given to you That may confuse you and you will make mistake. And to make you an error is the aim of the question setter here. Closed type circulation, okay, that is having blood vessels, is characteristic of the following. What is Paratima? Earthworm. Earthworms are having closed type of blood vascular system. Locust, it is an insect. Insects are having open type. Culex, insect, open type. Phyla, mollusca. In mollusca, there is a peculiarity. In the most advanced mollusk, who is the most advanced mollusk? Cephalopoda. In cephalopoda alone, you are having closed type of blood vascular system, whereas in others, open type. So, Phyla belong to gastropoda. It is having open type. Whereas octopus, loligo, they belong to cephalopoda. So, they are all having closed type of blood vascular system. Belenoglossus, Hemichordata. In Hemichordata, we are having open type of blood vascular system. So, we are having what? 1, 5 and 6 left. Yes, 1, 5 and 6. So, the answer goes to apple. Okay. Two examples in which the nitrogen waste materials are excreted from the body in the form of uric acid, that is uricotelic. Uricotelic seen in birds, correct? Lizard. Lizard is a reptile. So, birds and correct. Frog, ureotelic, sent out in the form of urea. Insects, uricotelic, but bony fishes, ammonotelic. Mammals and mollusks. Mammals are ureotelic. And terrestrial mollusks are having uricotelism. Amphibians no, mammals no, both of them are ureotelic. So, the correct answer is apple. Fill in the blanks with appropriate words. Okay. Dash cells are also called as nematocysts. What is nematocyst? Nema means thread. Pachynema in meiosis. Nema means thread. Chromonema, nema, thread-like. So, cells are also called nematocysts. Nidoblast. So, it should be nidoblast. Meandrina, brain coral. It's a coral forming. Coelenterate, brain coral. Symmetry in Aurelia. Aurelia is jellyfish. It is having typical umbrella-like shape. Radial symmetry. Adamsia, sea anemone. Sea anemone is a polyp form. So, A to D should be nidoblast. Meandrina is brain coral. Stinging cell. Nematocyst, nidoblast, stinging cell, brain coral, radial symmetry, polyp. So, the option goes to cat. Nidoblast cells are characteristic of, see, when these cells are activated, there is a bladder-like structure, nematocyst, okay, in which you are having a hypnotoxin and spines are present at the base of the butt, and this is the long thread by which the enemy is captured, and using these stings, the poison is injected into the victim, paralyzing them. Such characteristic structure is called the stinging cells because they are all sting, used for stinging, piercing, introducing, just like syringe, these stings will be helping in introducing the poison into the body of that victim. So, option goes to cat. The wrong statement regarding roundworm. Roundworms are ascalmins, organ system level of organization, correct. Bilaterally symmetrical and triploblastic, again correct. alimentary canal is complete. Only in platyhelminths you are having incomplete alimentary canal. In platyhelminths you are having organ grade of organization. Here you are having organ system grade of organization starting. Okay. Monoecious. What is monoecious? Monoecious is bisexuality. Both sexes are present in the same individual. Both male and female sex organs are present in the same individual. That's what is called monoecious. The opposite is dioecious, where you are having two types of individuals, male and female. Sexes are separate for the first type from masculine. So it is monoecious. No, it is dioecious. Okay. Internal fertilization, correct. And direct or indirect development, because there are, most of them are parasites. The life cycle is complicated. So here wrong statements are 3 and 4. So it is cat. This is the typical organization of a chordate. Whenever a diagram question is there, as I always tell you, first identify what is A, B and C. C is the gills. Just above the alimentary canal you are having the B, so it should be notochord, and still above that you are having the nerve cord. So A is the nerve cord, B is the notochord, C is the pharyngeal gills. The part modified to form vertebral column, that is a notochord, so it should be B. Structure that is covered by operculum in bony fishes. Operculum is the gill covering, so gills, it should be C. Structure that extend from head to the tail in brachiostoma. What is brachiostoma? Also called amphioxus. It is belonging to Cephalochordata. So from head to the tail, notochord is extending. What is that notochord? It is box. Structure that remain dorsal, hollow and single in amphibians. In chordates, it is nerve cord, dorsal and hollow. Vertebral column cannot be, it can be dorsal but cannot be hollow. So this is nerve cord or nerve tube, spinal cord. So nerve tube is marked here as A. So BC, BA. BC, BA. Clear? All chordates have the following characteristics. See, chordate should be bilaterally symmetrical, correct? Presence of coelom, correct? Triploblastic, correct? Open or closed. Why it is called open or closed? Because in Urochordata, circulatory system is having a heart but no blood vessels. Okay, that's why. Bilateral symmetrical, presence of coelom, diploblastic. No, it is not diploblastic. Open circulatory system. No, they are all open or closed. Only in one group it is open. In others it is closed. Bilaterally symmetrical, coelom present, triploblastic with closed type of. You cannot say that all of them are having closed. Bilaterally or radially symmetrical. No. So only one which can be taken as the correct explanation is A. Clear? Unique character of animals belong to class Mammalia. Why we are calling them as mammals? The most important. Remember, we are all giving names to the phyla based upon the most important characteristic feature. For example, Porifera, pore bearing, spongy body. Cnidaria, cnidoblasts. Like that, we are all platyhelminths, flat body. Here, mammals, presence of mammary glands, that is why they are called mammals, mammary glands. So, hair is skin, homeotherm. That is characteristic of mammals, but that is not the most important feature. Most important feature is presence of mammary glands. That is why they are called mammals. See, you can have all these characters, but that is not the distinguishing feature. Why they are called mammals? Why reptiles are called so? Reptiles are having a referring gait because of that. So, every group is having its own characteristic feature. That is presence of mammary glands. The incorrect difference between chondrichthyes and osteichthyes. What is chondrichthyes? Chondro means cartilage. Cartilaginous fishes, cartilage fishes. And the other one is bony fishes. Chondrichthyes, exclusively marine. Gills covered by operculum. No, gills are not at all covered by operculum. They are having placode scales. Mouth is ventral. Air bladder absent. Osteichthyes, exclusively freshwater. No. They can be freshwater, marine or estuarine. Operculum absent. No. Cyclode scales. No. Cyclode scales, either cyclode or ctenoid. You can have cyclode or ctenoid. Mouth terminal. So this is having both correct. Okay, all these are incorrect. Air bladder absent, air bladder present. So you can take A, B and C. Okay, A, B and C. And remember, this is the chapter from where you can have a number of questions in all NEET examinations, all previous NEET examinations. Okay, you can see which of the following statements are true for the phylum Chordata. In Urochordata, notochord extend from head. Why it is called uro? It is only present in the tail region, in the larva stage. Only in the tail region, the notochord is present. As it become adult, as it metamorphoses, the notochord is disappearing. In vertebrate, notochord is present during the embryonic period only. Correct. Later on, it is replaced by a well-developed vertebral column. Central nervous system is dorsal and hollow. Dorsal, tubular, nerve cord. Chordates divided into 3 subphyla. Hemichordata is a separate phylum. They are Cephalochordata, Urochordata and Vertebrata. So this classification is wrong. So true for phylum Chordata is only B and C. So the option is cat or 3. Okay. Next question. Bilaterally symmetrical and acoelomate animals are exemplified. We are having only one phylum, acoelomate, platyhelminths. So it is platyhelminths. In aschelminths, it is pseudocoelomates, Annelida and Ctenophora. Annelida is triploblastic and so is true. It is eucoelomate, whereas Ctenophora is diploblastic. It is acoelomate. Okay. So the correct answer is platyhelminths. Again, match the column. Gregarious. What is the meaning of gregarious? Gregarious means in large numbers. Okay, collectively. Polyphagous, eating voraciously. So it is a locust pest. So locusta. So A should be 4. And we are lucky this time because we are having only one option, which is A, 4. So A is 4. Okay. So this is the correct answer. Immediately you can. Okay. Adult with radial symmetry and larva with bilateral symmetry. Secondarily, radially symmetrical echinoderms. So asterias. 2 is 1. B is 1. Booklungs. So booklung is present only in terrestrial arachnids. So who is a scorpion? In limulus, which is again an arachnid, which is aquatic, we are having book gills. Understand the difference? And bioluminescence, emit light. That ability is seen in Ctenophora. So the answer is 1. Match the following columns and select the correct option. Large number of gills, 6 to 15 pairs. See, in cartilage fishes, 5 pairs. In bony fishes, 4 pairs. Above that is present only in primitive, jawless, cyclostomes. So 6 to 15 pairs of gill slits, which is present in cyclostomes. So A is 2. Now immediately you came to the answer. Okay, cyclostomes. Heterocercal caudal fin. What is the meaning of that heterocercal caudal fin? Here, the tail fin consists of 2 loops, an upper larger one and a lower small ventral one. Clear? This type of fin is called heterocercal. Hetero means different, circa about. About the tail, around the tail, the fin is having 2 differently shaped lobes. That is the meaning. So heterocercal caudal fin, characteristic of cartilage fishes. Okay, 3. Air bladder is present only in bony fishes, Osteichthyes, and poison sting is characteristic of trigon. That is why trigon is called, commonly called as the stingray. Trigon is called stingray. It is very poisonous. It can sting, and you might have heard that. A very famous Australian presenter of animal world was stinged by this fish and was killed. Metagenesis. What is metagenesis? Alternation of generation. Here you are having 2 generations, a polyp and a medusa. We have seen it in earlier questions. Polyp produces asexually and medusa produces sexually. Actually, the alternation of generation refers to 2 generations which differ in their genetic makeup, haploid and diploid generations. In plantae, sporophytic and gametophytic generations. Okay, but here in animal, we are having no such. Both polyp and medusa are diploid. Okay. Presence of segmented body and parthenogenetic mode of reproduction, no. Presence of different morphic forms. Morphic, not orphic. Alternation generation between asexual and sexual phases of organism. That's correct. Occurrence of a drastic change in the form of post-embryonic development. No. So the correct option can be alternation of generation. Okay. Asexual and sexual. This is seen in colony or colonial coelenterates like Obelia colony. So that's the correct answer. Body having meshwork of cells. What is the meaning of meshwork? It is just a loose cluster of a network of cells. Cells are not organized. That is the clue word. That means they are having only just a cluster of cells that work independently. That is not organized to tissues, organs, or organ systems. So, who is having that cellular grade? Porifera, sponges. So, immediately we can come to the answer. But internal cavity is lined by food filtering flagellated. What is that food filtering flagellated cells? It is, see, a cell which is having a choanum, a collar. So, it is food filtering. Choanocytes are characteristic. With indirect development, larva stage. We are having 2 larvae, 2 types of larvae, like Amphiblastula and in parenchyma larva, amphiblastula and parenchyma. These are the two types of larvae that are seen in porifera. So the answer is very clear, porifera. A jawless fish, diagram is there. It is cyclostome. Let it is a cyclostome. Which lays eggs in fresh water. It shows a peculiar habit of migrating from sea to fresh water for spawning. It is called anadromous. It shows anadromous migration. They spawn in freshwater rivers. The next day, the parents die. They will reproduce only once in their life. Semelpari, that is the correct word. Okay. And Ammocetus larva, that's a characteristic larva. It is only for Petromyzon. The larvae of Petromyzon is Ammocetus. Remember, Myxine is not having this habit of migration. They will never migrate to freshwater. Okay. And Neomyxine, Eptopterus, they are not at all having this Ammocetus larva. This is characteristic of only Petromyzon. All of them are cyclostomes. But this habit of or having the Ammocetus larvae, that is the clue word of Petromyzon. Correct statement. All reptiles have 3-chambered. Now, crocodiles are having 4-chambered. So, in crocodiles, we are having 4-chambered heart. In all others, the ventricle is incompletely separated. So, all reptiles, that word is incorrect. Okay. All fishes have gills covered by an operculum. No. Cartilage fishes are having no operculum. Only bony fishes will be having an operculum. All mammals are viviparous. No. Mammals are classified into class Mammalia is divided into 3 subclasses. Prototheria, egg laying. They are all egg laying. They are not viviparous, oviparous. Echidna, platypus. All cyclostomes do not possess jaws. They are jawless. Anatha, that is correct. And having no paired fins. Do not possess paired fins. Only unpaired fins are present. So, this is the correct one. In case of poriferans sponges, the spongocele. What is spongocele? The inner cavity. You are having the inner cavity. That you are having 2 layers of cells in a sponge body. The outermost one is called pinacoderm, made up of thin flat cells called pinacocytes. And the inner layer made up of choanocytes. Flagellated choanocytes will be lining the inner spongocele. The flagella will be vibrating and their vibration will cause water to enter through the dermal ostia and goes out through the terminal osculum. So, the spongocele is lined with flagellated cells called choanocytes. This is the correct option. Ostia is the opening through which water enter in, and osculum, oscula is plural, osculum is the terminal opening by which it goes out. So, water enter in through ostia, plural, ostium singular, osculum. Understand the difference? So, ostium and this is the osculum. Mesenchymal cells are cells which are all scattered in the layer in between the pinacoderm and gastroderm. This is the gastroderm, the inner layer is gastroderm. And in between, you are having so many different types of cells, of which mesenchymal cells are also one among them. Okay, so you are having two layers, an outer pinacoderm and inner gastroderm. Pinacoderm is made up of flat, thin cells called pinacocytes, and gastroderm is made up of choanocytes. An important characteristic that hemichordates share with chordate. Hemichordates were once treated to be as chordates, but now we have separated them. Why? Because they don't have a true notochord. Instead, they are having a stomatochord, which is arising from the roof of the buccal cavity. That is why they are not treated as chordates now. So, absence of notochord, ventral tubular nerve cord. See, nerve cord will be dorsal and tubular. Pharynx with gill slits. That is why they are called hemichordates. They possess some chordate characters. Pharynx without gill slits. See, in the body of a hemichordate, you are having a proboscis, a collar, and a trunk. Okay. Here, proboscis will be having the buccal cavity, and during the embryonic development, from the roof of the buccal cavity develops a diverticulum. That diverticulum extends, grows, and gives support to the anterior part of the body. This is called stomatochord. It is not notochord. Why? Notochord developed from mesoderm, whereas stomatochord developed from the roof of the buccal cavity, that's endoderm. Though they are all similar in position and having similar function of supporting, giving mechanical rigidity to the anterior part of the body, in origin they are all different. That is why we cannot call them as notochord. That is why they have eliminated, separated from chordates. Which among these is the correct combination of aquatic mammals? Seals. These are all aquatic mammals seen in Arctic seas. Dolphin, but sharks. Shark is not a fish. Here you are having trigon, narcine. Okay, trigon is, sorry, it is the poisonous stinging ray. Stingrays, they are all fishes. Whale correct, dolphin correct, seals correct. So the answer goes to 3. Here, trigon and shark, they are all cartilage fishes. This is the order horse. I think it is from 2016 question. Equidae is the family Perissodactyla. That is the correct one. Perissodactyla include odd tod, and Archaeodactyla include even tod. Okay, having one hoof, two hoof. Horse is having a single hoof, whereas this is having cattle. They are having two hoofs. Sheep, goat, cattle, etc. even. They belong to Archaeodactyla. So that is the correct answer. Cabalus is a genus similar to that of horse. Whereas another one genus. Okay, there are varieties of horse-like animals similar to that of horse. So the order is Perissodactyla. Wrong statement. Pseudopedia are locomotory and feeding structures in Sporozoa. See, sporozoans are parasitic. They are spore-like animals having no locomotory organ. See, protozoans are classified based upon the locomotory structure as Sarcodina having Pseudopedia, Celiophora having cilia, Mastigophora having flagella, and Spora having no locomotory organ. So that is the wrong one. Mushrooms belong to Basidiomys, that's correct. Club fungi. Cell wall is present in members of fungi. We are having chitin and plantae, cellulose. Mitochondria are the powerhouse of cell in all kingdoms except Monera. Why in Monera? Monera include prokaryote. In prokaryotes, there is no mitochondria or any membrane-bound structure like nucleus, Golgi complex. Such structures are absent. The respiratory enzymes are present within the foldings of the inner membrane, lomosomes and mesosomes. Okay, so we are having such infoldings in prokaryotes which will be lodging the respiratory enzymes. So mitochondria is absent in Monera. That's a correct statement. So only one is the wrong one. Identify the vertebrate group of animals characterized by crop and gizzard. See, crop and gizzard you can see in cockroach also. But the question is, chordate animal characterized by and identify a vertebrate group. So that is bird. Birds are having no teeth to reduce the weight. The upper and lower jaws are protruded as beak and covered by a horny outer epithelial covering called rhamphotheca. So how the food is pulverized? For that, there are two chambers. Following the esophagus, there is a crop in which food material is soaked, stored for some time, mixed with the secretions so that it is soaked and then ground with the powerful muscles of the gizzard. That is the grinding mill. It is seen in birds. So, yes. And which one of these animals is not a homeotherm? What is homeo? Homeo means same, therma, temperature, which can maintain a constant steady internal temperature. That is warm-blooded. Only birds and mammals are warm-blooded. So, who is not a warm-blooded, which is a cold-blooded? And the term is poikilothermic. They have to get their heat from outside. That is why they are also called exotherms. Whereas these homeotherms are capable of producing heat from inside, so they are also called endotherms. So camellus, camel, a mammal. So it is a warm-blooded one. Chelone, Chelone midas, Chelone imbricata, they are marine turtles, reptiles. They are not at all capable of producing heat. They are all cold-blooded. So not a homeotherm. That is the answer. Macropus, kangaroos, mammal, Psittacula, parrot is a bird. These are all warm-blooded. So who is a cold-blooded? Chelone. That's the answer. Which of the following animal does not undergo metamorphosis? Alternation of generation is metagenesis. This is metamorphosis. Life cycle consists of a larva stage. Their development will be indirect. Okay. Egg, larva, pupa sometimes, and adult. That is called metamorphosis. Moth, typical. Moths and butterflies are having complete metamorphosis, hollow metabola. In tunicates, there is a larva stage. That larva is called tadpole. It is similar to that of the frog tadpole. That is why it is called tunicate tadpole, ascidian tadpole. Typical example, earthworm. Earthworm is having no larva stage. Development is direct. See, in all annelids, development may be either direct or indirect. All annelids need not have a larva stage. you are having a larva stage called Tornaria larva. Sorry, trochophore larva. It is called trochophore larva. In Nereis, that is coming under Polychaeta. The group Polychaetae, development is indirect. Whereas in Oligochaetae, earthworms, and Hirudinea, in leeches, development is direct. Starfish, you are having a larva. So, larva is bilaterally symmetrical, though the adult is radially symmetrical there. Okay. Bipinnaria larva is the characteristic larvae of starfish. So, it is earthworm. Consider the following features. We are given a set of characters. From that, you have to identify, select the option of the animal group to which all the above characters are seen. Organ system level of organization. So, from Askelminth onwards. Bilateral symmetry. So, that eliminates, that excludes echinodermata. True coelomyth with segmentation. So, where is the segmentation present? Segmentation is clearly seen in Annelida, Arthropoda, and Chordata. Okay. Annelida, Arthropoda, and mollusca. In mollusca, segmentation is absent. Arthropoda, mollusca. Annelida, mollusca. Annelida, Arthropoda, and Chordata. Correct. See, there is one member, one genus which is segmented among mollusca. Can anybody tell me what it is? It is a connecting link between Annelida and mollusca. Neopilina. It is Neopilina galothea. It is a connecting link between Annelida and mollusca. This is the only segmented mollusk. So the answer goes to apple. And coming to the last question, match the following again. We are having phyla. Phyla is the gastropod which is having radula. So it should be 3. So you eliminated this one. It can never be. Bombyx. What is Bombyx? The zoological name of silk moth. It is an insect. Malpighian tubule. So it should be 4. Now you came to the answer immediately. Pleurobrachia, complete. Correct. And Taenia. What is Taenia? Taenia. Solium. So it is platyhelminth, tapeworm, having flame cells. See, Taenia is not having flame cells. It is having no excretory structures. Okay. It belongs to the platyhelminths, and for platyhelminths, we are having flame cells. Don't argue that Taenia is a parasite. It is containing no other structure except for reproductive structure. That I agree. But it belongs to the platyhelminths, and for platyhelminths, flame cells are characteristic. Is that point clear? So with that, we come to the conclusion of the discussion of the chapter Animal Kingdom. Hope the type of questions you are all now familiar with, and the concepts also thorough to you. So I am winding up my session, and we'll meet with another set of questions next time from the next chapter, Structural Organization. So thank you all. Thank you very much.